Hello and welcome to Cobalt Retro Tech. Hope you're having an amazing day. The focus of today's video is something that I've been wanting to do ever since I got my iMac G3, but only recently really been able to have access to since I got this G5. And this is this folder right here, Minecraft PowerPC Edition. Now this is a version of Minecraft available on the Macintosh repository, which is a heavily modified version of Minecraft with Optifine, among some other things, to help Minecraft run well on PowerPC G4 and G5 processors. Now as you can see here, I've launched the game now that it has my username, but I actually haven't played anything. I don't expect the performance to be great, but I love being able to push PowerPC processors just like I do with Intel processors. Those fans are already starting to ramp up a little bit, and I just launched the game. It's gonna get crazy here in a second. Maybe I'll boost the audio. Just have it be a standard world. Just leave it at this resolution. And we're going to see how it performs. There we go, that actually didn't take too long. However, the Power Mac is getting loud. Now, I think this is technically a cracked client, so I don't know how easy multiplayer would be on this version, but it's something. You can see the frame rate there for a second was kind of laggy, and it still kind of is, but it also is kind of smoothing out a little bit. Performance is still terrible, I can tell you that. But hey, it's playable. I wouldn't say it's competitive, and you might get killed by creepers a lot, so you might struggle in hardcore mode. But hey, this is PowerPC Minecraft. So we're going to hit F3 here to open up the FPS menu. Looks like we're running at about 20 frames per second, which is actually kind of impressive considering the architecture. I'd be getting better whoa. Option is apparently zoom in on this version. Isn't that usually C for Optifine? Yeah, maybe they changed it at some point. Anyways, that's actually kind of impressive. This performance is a little bit impressive considering the architecture that we're talking about here. I love the PowerPC architecture in its concept. I like that it's actually different than Intel's architecture, but the PowerPC architecture essentially died not too long after this generation of Power Macs were released. So the fact that this is at all able to run a game from, I think this version is somewhere between 2011 and 2012, the fact that it's able to run Minecraft like this at all is kind of notable. And I actually kind of love that this Mac has a built-in speaker, because I don't want to plug it in to any other speakers, because I'm lazy. Just kind of walking around. It definitely has early Minecraft vibes, especially with the very low draw distance and low graphics fidelity. Super convenient to spawn in a jungle biome. Now, I think 1.5 was one of the last versions to not have the launcher that's much closer to the modern launcher that we have now. This was back when, you know, Minecraft updated and you sort of didn't have a choice. In a way, you sort of kind of didn't have a choice whether or not it updated. No. Better verbiage for that is you couldn't easily go back without preserving the game files beforehand or downloading them from someone else. Oh yeah, it's really starting to dip in the FPS now that we're really starting to generate a bunch of new chunks. Okay, so that was with a default world. I'm going to try a large biomes world. Pretty sure it doesn't work like amplified, but maybe it'll do something different. Let's turn on cheats. And we're going to see what happens. Wow. That actually didn't take that long at all. What the heck? Expected it to take like a minute longer. I don't know why. Interesting. I don't know why this version of the game keeps spawning me in a jungle. Just call me Cobalt at the Jungle or something. I don't know. Seems to be struggling quite a bit more. Maybe it's not done generating the map? Seems to be running a little bit slower than that other world was. No, it's just about on par. I wonder what will happen if I put the graphics settings on something a little bit more on par with normal Minecraft. Okay, one of those settings said it's effective after a restart, so I'm going to go ahead and restart the claim. It's worth noting that I didn't need to pay for this edition of Minecraft. So I don't know how that works in legally, but I was able to get this off of the Macintosh repository without a problem. But hey, it's there. Yeah, by cranking a bunch of the options, it tanks the FPS to just about half of what it was running earlier. Yeah, maybe there's a reason why they crank a bunch of the stuff down, which makes sense, but still. Well, I mean, still sitting at about 10 to 15 FPS. If I was running this on an Intel-based system, I would not be impressed, but I'm not running on an Intel-based system. That's the thing. Yeah, creative mode, cool. There we go. Give at P TNT. Oh, this version of the game is still based off of numbering the blocks rather than just giving the block names. That's something we take for granted nowadays. Get flint and steel. And of course, we're gonna blow up. Oh, there goes the FPS. Oh, damn. This thing managed to not catch on fire. Okay, cool. Still running at about 5 FPS, but to be fair, I did crank some settings. But also, to be fair, I'm trying to find what its limits are. And we're kind of already starting to hit limits here. Yeah, starting to fly in creative in this version with how it's running is a little, finicky, to say the least. This game is running fairly poorly, but my keyboard is an Apple membrane keyboard, so the experience isn't great there either. Really? Come on, game. Wow, ooh, 5? Jeez. Oh, this would be a really big challenge to actually play a game on. Like, I'm struggling to build in creative mode here, guys. It's really hard to overstate my satisfaction. Okay, that's probably a little big. Yeah. Wonder if this version of the game cares about the size of the portal. Oh, it does. It does. Looks about right. Yeah, I think that's right. There we go. Yeah, much newer versions of the games don't really care what the size of the portal is, but apparently this far back it does. Come on, bud. You can do it. There we go. Initially at about 12 FPS, not too bad. It is dropping though. This was not a great spawn. But in terms of security, I guess you could say that is a good spawn. Ugh. Frames per second and frame time is not looking too great. Yeah, 2 FPS? I bet you if I put down a bunch of TNT here in the nether, I'm gonna make the game crash. Wow, yeah. I would not consider the game playable. This amount of TNT might still crash it. Oh. Okay then. Managed to survive. Somehow. Granted, the game would be running a little bit better if I turned down the settings I turned up earlier, but I'm trying to stress this out, and apparently it's handling this better than I thought it would. You know, to be honest. So yeah, I guess if you guys were curious, Minecraft is, technically playable on PowerPC. Probably perform a little bit better if I had a better graphics card and a faster CPU in here, but like I've alluded to before, the PowerPC platform is almost entirely dead, especially with Mac, obviously. So unless I was willing to get crazy with some overclocking or something, there's not much I would be able to do. But being able to play Minecraft on this platform is just cool in and of itself. And I believe at one point Action Retro actually had a Minecraft server up. I'm not sure if that server is still up because I couldn't connect to it, but maybe it was just something on my end. I'm not sure, but either way, this thing is Sean's fault. As I've said in the video introducing my Power Mac G5, because without him, I probably wouldn't have wanted an iMac G3 and a Power Mac G5 nearly as strongly as I did before I got these things. But with all that being said, I just wanted an easier video to put out to you guys, so I can focus on working on some larger projects, which also may or may not include this Power Mac. I've got some ideas to really push this thing to the max. Whether or not they work out, I have no clue, but that's part of the point of this channel, is just exploring technology. With all that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you want to support me a little bit more, I have some cool music linked in the description below, plus a Patreon page that starts at $1 a month. Speaking of Patreon, I would like to thank my Kilo supporter Indian Mac for supporting Cobalt Retro Tech. Your support makes this channel possible. Thank you. And with all of that out of the way, see you in the next one.